Hello all, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, and today's problem we're going to discuss about is longest palindromic substring. So basically we are given a string, and out of that string we need to find out a substring that is a palindrome. So what a palindrome is? So a palindrome is a kind of a string which if we traverse from the starting and if we traverse it from the back, it would be remain same. Means whether you see it from the front or from the end, it will remain the same. So like if we take an example of this string BA, then here the palindromic substring would be BAB or ABA, like that. So one thing, the very naive approach, brute force approach I can think about is uh, taking all the substrings of this input string, and out of those strings I can check whether it is a palindromic substring or not. So it would be like taking out all the substrings out of this input string would be n square, and checking the palindromic substring will cost n. So the total time complexity would be n cube, and that is really uh, very much time consuming. So better approach I can think of it right now is, suppose let's suppose our string is this one, a right? So we'll make an two-dimensional array of 8 cross 8 dimension, and see all the upper triangular part is our useful part. We don't need the lower triangular part. Now what we're gonna do in this string is we're gonna do a little bit of dynamic programming here. So as I know that strings of length 1 would always be palindromic. So A itself is a palindrome, B itself is a palindrome. So 1 1 index 1 1 is A. So if I see 1 2, it means the string from index 1 to index 2, that would be AA. If I take 2 to 5, it means index from 2 to 5, that is AABB, right? So string of 0 0 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 5 5 6 6 7 7 would always be palindrome. So I put it here 1. It means the particular substring is palindrome. So while filling out 0 1 0 1, that is a palindrome. Yes, it is a palindrome because AA. If I take 1 2 1 2, it is also a palindrome. If I take 2 3 2 3, it is a palindrome. If I take 3 4 3 4, it is not a palindrome. So I'll substitute 0 here. Now I take 4 5 4 5 is a palindrome. Now I take 5 6 5 6 is not a palindrome. So I will substitute 0 here, and 6 7 is a palindrome because AA, right? Now these two rows we have to fill manually, and other rows can be filled using a loop or something kind that. See, the basic approach we're gonna follow here is, while filling, see, if I'm willing to fill 1 3 1 2 3 means 1 2 3. So what I have to see, that is one index value at the index 1 and value at the index 3 are equal. Yes, they are equal. Then I have to check the inside, is 2 2 is a palindrome. Yes, 2 2 is a palindrome. So we'll fill 1 3 as 1, right? And if we consider 0 2 0 2, index value at 0 is A, index value at 0 2 is A. So both those are equal, and 1 1 is also a palindrome. So I substitute 1 here, right? If I consider 2 4 2 4, so I can clearly see that index value at 2 and index value at 4 are not equal. So it doesn't satisfy our condition, right? If I take 3 5 3 5, they don't satisfy our condition, right? So it would be 0. If I take 5 if I take 4 6, it also don't satisfy our condition. If I take 5 7, it also don't satisfy our condition, right? Now if I take 0, 3, 0 to 3, first condition is index value at 0 and index value at 3 is same. Yes, they are same. Then I will check is 1 2 substring is a palindrome. So 1 2, yes, it is a palindrome. So I'll fill 1 here because clearly state that the string from 0 to 3 would be a palindrome. If I take 1 4, 1 4, it violates our condition that index value at 1 and index value at 4 is not equal. So it violates our condition, right? Now we'll check 2 to 5, 2 to 5, it violates our condition, right? So it is not true. Now we check 3 to 6, 3 to 6, it satisfies our condition that both of the values are equal. Now I'll check 4 to 5, 4 to 5, it is a palindrome, so I'll fill 1 here. Now I check 4 to 7, it violates our condition that these two values are not equal, so I will substitute 0 here, right? Now if 0 to 4, 0 to 4, it violates our condition as index value at 0 and index value at 4 are not equal, so I substitute 0 here. 1 to 5, 1 to 5 not equal, violates our condition. 2 to 6 satisfy our first condition that both of these values are equal. Then I will check 3 to 5, 3 to 5 is 0, so I will substitute 0 here, right? 3 to 7 satisfy our condition. Then we have to check 4 to 6, 4 to 6, 4 to 6, that is that is row column minus 1 plus row plus 1. It doesn't satisfy our condition, so we'll substitute 0 here. Now we'll check 0 to 5, don't satisfy our condition. Now we'll check 1 to 6, satisfy our condition, but this value is 0, so I will substitute 0 here. Now 2 to 7, satisfy our condition, and this is also 1, so it will be 1. Like this we have to fill the whole array. So this was the bit of visualization part. How can we gonna do the coding part? It's very simple. If you get to understand this part, then the coding is very easy, you know. So the same thing I have illustrated here, I'm gonna code in that site, right? So first we calculated the length of the string, then I defined a DP array with 0 initially, filled 0 initially of dimension n cross n, and in the diagonal column I filled it 1 because a string with a length of 1, substring with a length of 1 will always be a palindromic substring. Now I'm maintaining a max value as I have to return the substring, so I'm maintaining the index value from start to end, the substring that is a palindromic substring, so that I can return the particular substring, right? Now I'm gonna fill the second part, this part, this part. I'm gonna fill this part, and this part can clearly be said to be substring, palindromic substring, if this row value and the column value are equal, then it is a palindromic substring, right? So we see that we're gonna run this loop till n minus 1, and if s of I double equals to s of I plus 1 means we're gonna fill that part in the DP array to be 1 and the max value is updated, right? Now for the further part, we're gonna write a loop here. So I would be from 0 to n minus 1, and k is for these row values, and j is for column values. My k illustrates the row values and j illustrate the column values, right? So I will run the loop in the suitable part so that it loop like this, step by step, so that we calculate the state only after calculating the previous states, right? So after filling the previous those row column values, we're gonna move further. So if the first condition, what the first condition is, if s of k double equals to s of j, means the end values I'm talking about. If I'm considering 1 and 6, then the end values I'm talking about. is these, do they, are they equal? If yes, then we're gonna move inside and we'll check. See, if I'm talking about 1 to 4, then I will first check that is 1 and 4 are equal. If they are equal, then I'm gonna check this value. Which value? K plus 1 and j minus 1 value. If it is 1, it means I'm gonna filling my DP array at that particular position to be 1, and I'm updating my max value. And max value is updated like to get the maximum length substring, right? And we're gonna loop it, and in the end we are returning the substring. So yeah, I know it bits little bit confusing that from where to where we have to run the loop. Once, see, basic is, if you get this intuition now, you can write your code by your own. If don't, please do refer my this video, my screen, and you will definitely gonna know what I'm doing right now. As for my end, I have given my full effort to make you understand, but if sometime you don't, then please do understand this part first and do look this coding section also. Now we go for running this code. Let's see, do it passes the test cases. Yeah, it passed the test cases. Now submit the code. So basically the whole thing was to first calculate these two sections of the DP array, and by iteratively we were calculating the further values using the previous values, right? And the concept was very easy here, and it accepted our code. So yeah, I think I made clear this question. This question was a bit typical medium level, and a bit of dynamic programming was used in this question. But if you if you solve these similar these kind of question, never gonna face any problem in the dynamic programming or the substring kind of problems. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for showing patience while listening this video. Thank you so much.